guys, so today's video is going to be finally, let's see if I can do this without dropping them. But we are starting the entire Shatter Me series. We're doing it. They actually look so pretty together, but I finally decided that I need to stop putting this series off. I've been wanting to read this since I picked up these books last year. I think I picked them up like maybe early summer, like June, July. So it's been over 6 months, and one of my goals this year was to read this series. So if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this series, but Shatter Me is by Tahereh Mafi, and it is a YA high fantasy dystopian series. And I actually had unofficially started the first one on my Kindle, and I was immediately sucked in, but then I had other books that I wanted to read. But now I feel like it's finally the time to start this series, and I think it's the perfect time in the month to start it because it was on my TBR already for February, and I'm like, if I don't get to this series, I'm literally going to scream. So I officially started continuing the first book this morning, and I'm absolutely fucking obsessed. I'm actually reading the first one on my Kindle. I'm not going to be reading the physical copy because this is the only one that is available on Kindle Unlimited. It's only the first one, and also the first one is still the most popular in the entire series. It's kind of like reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. The first one is still the most popular one. An unpopular opinion, I freaking love that book. I know most people don't get into the series until A Court of Mist and Fury, but this is not about ACOTAR. This is about Shatter Me. So we have Shatter Me, we have Unravel Me, we have Ignite Me, we have Restore Me, we have Defy Me. Let me not drop these. And then we have Imagine Me. So I just want to completely immerse myself in a series. I feel like it's that time. I haven't really read a long series in quite a long time, actually. Like, I did read quite a few trilogies in December before the year was over, but I really just wanted to jump into this series, and I really wanted to read this series first over This Woven Kingdom, and also because this series is complete, but also the spin-off series is coming out in April. I think it's called Watch Me is the first book, and it's like a spin-off of Shatter Me. So, and I really wanted to be ready to read that book. And also April, there's just 5 million new releases that I am so highly anticipating. April is going to be such a new release month for me that all I'm going to be reading is new releases. So the way I'm going to break these up, because I wish I could read all of them just obsessively, like for the next week or so. But I think I'm going to read the first 3 books this week. So we have Shatter Me, we have Unravel Me, and Ignite Me, and I should be able to finish these by Friday, because today's Saturday, so that gives me 6 days to finish these. Math is hard, but I literally don't think I'm going to be able to leave the house after Monday, because I'm working today, I'm working tomorrow. I actually didn't leave the house yesterday, because I still don't have a car. So, and I had absolutely zero plans. My boyfriend was supposed to pick me up, but then his ankles hurt, so he wasn't able to. So I do pick up my car on Monday, and that's literally going to be the only other time I'm going to be able to get out of the house. I think I'm going to go to Target after that because I need to pick up a few things that I forgot to pick up with my friend a couple days ago. So all we have planned, I'm definitely going to finish the first book by tomorrow night. I'm already flying through this. It's so fast paced, and I'm so hooked already. I'll tell you guys where I am in the physical copy because I'm still going to follow along with it. Also, it doesn't really shatter me, like break me to read it on Kindle Unlimited or like break the bank, because this book was literally $4. because I got it at, it was $5, and I think they actually gave it to me for even cheaper, because I thought originally the, like, cross-out sections in these books, I thought they were, like, marked on purpose. I thought somebody had just crossed them out, because do you see, like, the crossed out sections, like, here and here? I thought somebody literally crossed them out because they, like, didn't like the lines or something, and then I discovered that it's in every single book, and but I still went up to the counter, and I'm like, I noticed that, you know, somebody wrote in this and, like, crossed lines out, and they gave it to me for, I think, like, $4 instead of $6, so. And also, like, they had the most copies of the first book, because, again, I feel like the first book is the most popular. So we're going to start off by reading it on Kindle, and then, like I said, we're going to read books 2 and 3, and then we're going to take a break because I do want to read an Ali Hazelwood book for Valentine's Day, so we're going to read Love Theoretically, Friday to Saturday. And then I do have a new release that I would like to read right before it comes out. We have Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. And unpopular opinion, I didn't really love the first book, but I liked it enough to see what happens. And literally it's just a duology, so as soon as I finish that, then we'll be done with the series, which is great. I'll already be completing a series this early in the year. So that's a huge accomplishment. But also, book 2 was available on Book of the Month, like, literally February 1st. So it doesn't come out till the 18th. So I want to read it before it comes out. And that was the only reason why I got it, is because it was available before it comes out. So it's like feeling like you get an arc like 2 weeks before. But I do love Book of the Month for that. I haven't picked up physical books from Book of the Month in quite a while, and this was like the first time in like a few months that I actually did. Because originally I was just going to pick up another audiobook, but I actually have to listen to the audiobooks that I have from Book of the Month. So far, I think I've only listened to one, which is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. I was going to listen to Beautiful Ugly, but then I ended up listening to the favorites on Everand, but I am going to listen to Beautiful Ugly throughout the month, because I'm still gonna, I need to listen to, actually, the audiobooks that I pick in Book of the Month. And then, why am I picking up my phone now? And then after, I finish Rebel Witch, I'm gonna go back and finish the rest of the series, so I should be, wait, I do need my phone. I should be done with the series hopefully by, because Rebel Witch comes out the 18th, so I'm going to read it from the 16th to the 17th, and then the 18th through probably the 23rd or 24th, I'm going to be reading the rest of Shatter Me. So that's another 7 days. 7 days. Or 6 days, because these are just incredibly fast-paced, and I feel like I'm just going to fly through them. So then I'm going to read Restore Me, Defy Me, and Imagine Me. So very excited. I've heard that the last book is kind of like not as good as Restore Me and Defy Me. I heard that like Ignite Me and Restore Me are a lot of people's favorites. The first two, they say they love the first book way more than like the second book, and then Ignite Me and Restore Me I've heard great things about, and Defy Me a lot of people like too. But Imagine Me, a lot of people like, there's very mixed reviews about the last book, but I don't care. I still want to binge the whole series. So I'm so excited. And if I don't, I should be able to finish the majority of my physical TBR this month, because I curated it down so then I would have exactly enough time to finish the books that are on my physical TBR, because it's just this series, and then I have the TJ Klune House of the Cerulean Sea duology, which I want to read right after I finish Imagine Me. I'm just going to go right into those two, and that might be it. That might be the last two books that I have time for in February. So, because I still have Waybreaker, but Shatter Me's been on my physical TBR way longer than Waybreaker has been. And Love Theoretically has been on my physical TBR for a year. I think I bought it last February when I first got obsessed with reading, and I still have not picked it up. I have not even picked up a full-length Ali Hazelwood book since September. And for some reason, I keep on buying her books. Why? I don't know. She's not even one of my favorite authors. I just, for some reason, want to own all of her books. And I want to read all of them because I slowly keep on working through her books, and I'm actually enjoying them more so than I thought. So, because I started off not really liking her because I didn't like Bride. Okay, so we are on chapter 9 on my Kindle. So on my Kindle it says page 50, but in the physical copy it might be actually the same, or it might be even more. Okay, it's pretty much the same. So chapter 9 is page 52. So we're just going to follow along in the physical copy. I might just now continue to mark the page count from the physical copy, but again, we're just going to read it on Kindle because reading on Kindle is just so much faster. I know most people think that as well. I'm going to use the new book of the month bookmark I got, even though I'm not even reading this. But maybe I'll use it for the next book that I read too. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So I have to go get ready for work now, but we are going to continue reading this later. So far, oh, I need to say what's happening. Duh. So far, Juliet, if you don't know the general premise of Shatter Me, basically Juliet has this power where nobody can touch her. You don't really know why. It hasn't really been explained yet. But basically she was disowned by her parents pretty much because her touch is lethal, or like, I don't know if her mother ended up dying. I don't think she did, but I think she got severely hurt. And she can't touch anyone. She can't have that human touch, you know, that we all crave. She just is always like longing for someone she's able to touch, like, you know, so she could be loved and love somebody back. So she's basically locked in a cell, and she hasn't had a cellmate for like over 200 days. So this dude named Adam is now locked in the cell with her, and he keeps on asking her questions on, why are you here? What did you do? And also, you know, Juliet claims that she doesn't know him, but she actually does. He just doesn't remember her. So that's basically what's going on right now. I'm not going to say anything else because I feel like that's going to be spoiling. I don't know if this is going to be a spoiler-free blog, though. I mean, vlog, not blog. You know what? The original price of this book was $9.99. I think it's went up at least $5 since then, because it's listed at $9.99 on the back. And then I picked up these two used as well, and they're both $9.99. But I picked these all up at my local bookstore. They didn't have the other three, but literally after I picked up the first three, I never saw them again there. Yeah, these are $15.99 for the new ones, but I bought these on Amazon, so they weren't full price. I think they were like $11 to $12 each. So it's better than $15. Honestly, if I pay more than $13.99 for a YA, I feel like that's too expensive. Unless it's like a substantial book. So anyway, that's what this is about. I'm so excited to see what else is going to happen in this series. Like I said, I'm just so in the mood to binge a series and to be obsessed with a series again, because I didn't really get a chance to binge a series in January because, like I said, I had a bunch of new releases, and basically my only series focus in January was Fourth Wing, because Onyx Storm was coming out. So I want to be... There's nothing of a greater feeling than being obsessed with a series, or like falling in love with a new series. And I don't know why I don't get to series more often, but it's not like I didn't read over 20 series last year. Like, that's insane. So... And if we finish this series, it'll already be 6 books off of my 25 of 2025. And also House of the Cerulean Sea is on there, and Beartown was on there too, and I read Beartown the very first day of this month, and I loved it. So we're going to continue working on that list with this series. So yeah, I gotta go. So I will check back in with you guys probably when I'm halfway through this, but I need to shut up because now we have 6 books to talk about and I'm still talking. So bye. Okay, so hey guys, so I wanted to make a check-in on where I'm at in reading the first book in the Shatter Me series, which is Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I am officially, I think, more than 60% of the way through. I'm on page 236, so I've been following along physically, but I've been reading it on my Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited. And so far, I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's just so, this world is so interesting, and there's so many things that are so relatable to what is going on in America recently, if you guys didn't know, if you're not aware, all the shit that's going on right now. But anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I feel like there's some type of love triangle happening between Juliet, Adam, and Warner. Basically, they had to escape from Warner right now. It's not really spoiling anything. And now they're basically on the run. Before this, she was captured with Adam in the cell, and they both escaped together. And then like other stuff happens after that, and she's questioning, both of their trust, and she's not sure if she can fully trust either of them. So that's pretty much what's going on currently. Right now, they are in hiding, and basically they're like in the poorer part of where society basically collapsed, and they don't really hold like the values that they used to. Like, they don't have holidays anymore. They can't even get like real food anymore, and it's really hard to get water in these places. So like that's what's basically happening right now. And again, I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's so good. It's so fast paced, and it's so easy to get into this world, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I only have 100 pages left, so I should be able to finish that after work today. On the Kindle, it says I'm 50% of the way through, but on the Kindle, it's always, it should have matched up with where I am in the physical book, but it's fine because, on the Kindle, sometimes it always says you have longer, but it's probably only going to take me like less than 3 hours to finish that tonight, or probably 3 hours. But I just wanted to say, I forgot to say this in the intro. Why can't I spell this freaking word? I swear to God. But I forgot to say I was not going to be reading the coinciding novellas in the whole Shatter Me universe, but I am going to read the one that comes after Shatter Me, because people said, and I looked up to see if like there's any like ones that I should read, because it says you can read them all 6 books as a series. Like, you don't have to read the other novellas at all. She constructed this world where you don't have to read every single novella, because some people don't want to do that. But I am going to read the one that comes after Shatter Me, which is called Destroy Me. And the reason why I'm going to read this one is because when I looked up on Google, like if any stories should, it just adds to the reading experience. Most people said that this one is the one that you should read, or suggested to read, because it's all from Warner's perspective. So I'm just going to read that right after I finish Shatter. It says that you're supposed to read it right after Shatter Me. And the great thing is that it does come with the book on Kindle. It's right after you finish Shatter Me. It's literally included in the Kindle Unlimited version. So I'm happy that I even got that, because I didn't even know. I don't know how long it is though, but anyway, it's literally at the end of Shatter Me, and it's great that I'm going to be able to read it. So yeah, that's awesome. So I'm probably just going to read that tomorrow, and I'm just going to read that all day, because I don't really have any plans tomorrow other than to pick up my car. I don't have to work tomorrow. I'm just working a little bit later today. But I had some reading time to read before work. So I'm on chapter 35 right now. And I believe that there's only 50 chapters. Yeah, it's 50 chapters. So I'm pretty damn close to finishing it later. Like I said, I only have 100 pages left on the Kindle and 100 pages left physically. So it does line up. It's just like the Kindle version is a little bit longer sometimes. It's actually shorter. It's 328 when the physical version is 338, but somehow I'm a little bit further along in the physical version. Make it make sense. But anyway, excuse me. So that's going to be the plan. And then after I finish Destroy Me, because I don't think I'm going to have time to, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to start Unravel Me tomorrow night. I'm hoping to be able to, because I'm probably just going to read that Tuesday into Wednesday. But since I have to read the novella tomorrow, I don't know how far along I'm going to be in Ignite Me before I read Love Theoretically. But at least I'll, how many times? Ignite Me, Love Theoretically, but at least I'll be rhyming so many times again. But at least by the time Valentine's Day rolls around, I will be almost halfway through the series already. It's just because I have to read the novella. I'm not sure like how long it takes to read. Because it does say on here, if I was reading this faster for Shatter Me, it says it only takes 4 hours and 39 minutes. But I basically probably only read maybe for like 3.5 hours yesterday. And then today is going to be the same deal because I have less than 3 hours left in the Kindle version. I don't think that includes reading Destroy Me as well. It might, but I'm not really sure. But it doesn't give you a page count of how long Destroy Me is, but it has like several chapters. It's only, I believe, probably like 80 pages or so. Oh, I can just look at the Kindle count. Duh. On Goodreads. Right. It says 111 pages. So I should be able to just start and finish that tomorrow. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go get ready for work now, but I just wanted to let you guys know where I'm at, and I will check in with you guys when I finish Shatter Me. I probably won't check in with Destroy Me until I finish that too. I'm not going to like do like a halfway through check-in because I feel like that would be spoilery if I do, because that's just to add to my reading experience. I'm sure everybody navigates the Shatter Me world differently. And then after that, I will just read all the other books straight through, Unravel Me to Imagine Me. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey guys. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I did finish the first book in the Shatter Me series. I just finished it maybe like a half hour ago. That took me like absolutely no time. It only took me like a day and a half to finish this because, like I said, it says 4 hours, but it makes sense because I guess like this is 4 hours and then the novella is probably like another 2 or 3 hours. So the novella says it's only going to take less than 3 hours to finish. So I'm probably going to read it tonight actually. Because when I got home from work, I only had like less than 50 pages to read of this. So I actually finished it on my phone on the Kindle app because me and my mom were watching a show and I was reading it during like the halftime show because, but I just stuck with my phone because I didn't want to go get my Kindle in my room. And also like, it is actually like incredibly easy to read this book on my phone because like sometimes there's certain books that I just want to read on my Kindle because it's just easier, and then there's like this book is just so easy to read. It was so good. I really liked it. I'm gonna give the first one, I was thinking maybe I think I'm gonna do a 4.25 because I was just gonna give it a solid 4 stars. There were some things that were a bit confusing, and I feel like at the end things slowed down a lot, but I kept on expecting like something, like some kind of betrayal to happen already, but it didn't. But I think it'll happen in the second book. I think that this was a great start to the series. I thought it was really good, so fast paced, so engaging. I really did not want to put this book down. And honestly, if you need a book to binge and if you need something for a reading slump, I would highly suggest this book. It's just fun. And there was a lot of like shocking moments in it, and it was just like so good. Like Adam and Warner, I'm kind of low-key obsessed with him already, even though he's supposed to be the villain, but so I'm super excited to read the novella because as soon as I read the first line of it, it picks up that at a part with Warner. That is crazy. So I'm super excited. So I'm probably just going to be able to finish that tonight, like I said. And like I said, I'll get back to you guys when I finish it. So anyway, very excited that I finished the first one already. I've been wanting to get to this series for forever. I just keep on delaying it. But I was like, I really just wanted to start it sooner rather than later this month. And I was like, I'm just in the mood to immerse myself and be obsessed with a series. And so far, I'm really, really, really liking it. So yeah, now we're going to go into the novella. Super excited. And then, like I said, we're going to do, we're going to read Unravel Me. Very excited for this one as well. We're just going to work through this series this week. Or, like I said, I am hoping to be at least halfway through the series by Valentine's Day. And like I said, I think that was the perfect time. But I fear when Valentine's Day rolls around, I won't want to stop reading it because I'm just going to want to binge the entire series because that's how I am. Even though I'm only going to be taking like a 4-day break to read a romance and a romantasy for Valentine's Day, and then it's like all I want to do is like read this series though. But I should have quite a lot of reading time next week too because I'm only working on the weekend again, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, I pick up my car tomorrow, so I'm hoping to go to the library so I can read quite a bit of Unravel Me out of the house because like I said, Tuesday and Wednesday, I don't think I'm leaving the house. I did work today, and I had to go to the urgent care this afternoon. Well, actually this morning for something else. What else can go wrong in my life lately, but had to take care of that. And then, like I said, my dad took me home and then I went to work. So yeah, so I had plenty of time to be able to finish this today because I got over halfway last night and then I just finished the rest of it today. And I actually I listened to a bit of the audiobook while I was getting ready because all the audiobooks are available on YouTube for free because this series has been out for quite a while. So don't think they would have to worry about like copyright issues anymore. But yeah, it's just so good. I'm gonna shut up now though, but I'm gonna rate it a 4.25. So excited to read more. I can't wait. Like I get so mad at myself when I don't read a series because it's like as soon as I pick up one, it's like the best feeling ever when you're reading is reading a series. Like I don't care what anybody says. It's the most immersive reading experience. So I'm gonna go and we'll check back in with you guys when I finish Destroy Me and then I start Unravel Me. So bye. So hey guys, so I did finish the novella Destroy Me last night. I actually finished it just this morning because literally I didn't get into bed to read until like 2 a.m. But I was like watching Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance again and I was on my phone for a little bit and then I didn't pick it back up until like 2:30 and then I literally was like trying to stay up to finish it even though I only had like 45 minutes left. I was falling asleep so hardcore. The last 10 minutes I was trying to stay up to finish it, so I literally had 3 minutes to finish it this morning. And it was so good. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I really think that this novella is essential to reading the Shatter Me series. I wish that it was more available, but I'm so glad that it was at the end of the first book on Kindle Unlimited, so I was able to read two stories for free, so that was great. And I really liked it. I really enjoyed reading from Warner's perspective. You learned not just so much about his character, but also quite a lot of things about Juliet as well that I feel like gives an incredible amount of backstory to what she went through staying in the asylum, because her parents like thought she was crazy because she can't touch people, so she was locked away in an asylum. And also like Warner's thoughts on Adam and Juliet, and also like Warner's kind of being haunted by Juliet's image, and he thinks he's kind of going insane himself. So I love like throughout the first 1.5 books that I've read already that people are really questioning like their sanity, and they're trying to like piece together what's real and what's not, and what's reality and what's not. And it's just been so good. And I definitely think that this is kind of essential to read, to add to the first book so much. So like I didn't really do that with like Cruel Prince, where there was like a short story in between Cruel Prince and Wicked King. I didn't read The Lost Sisters until after I finished Cruel Prince. But it's not essential for you to read that in between. I would say for this, it is essential to read this novella because so yeah, it was great. So now I'm going to go into the second full length book, which is Unravel Me. So excited to get into this today. I'm hoping to get at least halfway through. This one is significantly longer than the first one. It's like 120 pages longer, but these books again are so short and so fast paced that like I think I'm going to get through at least hopefully 200 pages today. And then read a lot of it tomorrow as well. So yeah, that's the plan. That's my reading plans for the next 2 days. And then hopefully we'll be able to move on to book 3. But also I am going to be reading the 2.5 novella in between Unravel Me and Ignite Me. I didn't think I was going to do that either, but I looked on Reddit and Google, and it also says that Fracture Me is like the most essential novella besides Destroy Me. So I am going to read that in between Unravel Me and Ignite Me, because that is novella 2.5 and the second novella in the series. I think after that, I'm not going to read any of the novellas. Like after Fracture Me, I'm just going to read Ignite Me to Imagine Me without reading any novellas in between, because it said, like I said, it adds the most to the story if you read these two novellas from what I searched and what I found on Google. And also Reddit pretty much says that these two are very essential or like important to the overall story. And also the Fracture Me takes place, it's from Adam's POV. So I really want to read that to add more to Adam's character as well. And then, like I said, I'm not going to continue reading all of them after this. We'll see, but I also have to purchase all of them separately, like, because I don't know why they aren't just available as like a collection of novellas. I don't think they are. But I was just gonna buy it for my Kindle because it's only $2.99, and again, since this was the only other one I was gonna read, and like this is the only other book on Kindle that I'm purchasing this month, so yeah, I will update you guys when I'm halfway through Unravel Me, because I don't want to make this clip so long. So bye. Okay, so hey guys, so I wanted to give you guys an update on Unravel Me by Tahereh Mafi, which is the second book in the Shatter Me series. I'm almost halfway through. I'm on page 202, so I figured I would make a check-in now because a lot of things are building up, I feel like, at this point. So Juliet right now is underground, kind of hiding out with like a community of basically people that are rebelling against the the reestablishment is what they're called. And the reestablishment is kind of like a very I can never say this word, militaristic, kind of like martial law almost, like kind of government, because there is honestly no right and wrong in this dystopian universe. It's just been really good so far. Juliet's been spending time underground. She's basically in hiding because she's trying to protect herself from Warner, and she's trying to hone her abilities more, so she can, control, not being able to touch people. And you also find out more on why she can only touch Adam and Adam can touch her and nobody else. So, yeah, it's just been really good. I feel like we're building up to hopefully a war soon. I think that's going to be the second half of this book mostly. I think it's going to happen pretty soon. If not, maybe the third book, or maybe the third book will leave. Maybe someone will die at the end of this. I have a feeling they might, or it might be the start of the third book. Who knows? But I also saw that the third book, Ignite Me, is actually the highest rated book in the entire series. It has like a 4.45 on Goodreads. So I'm very excited to get to this one. I'm definitely going to be reading book 3 probably by Wednesday, because I really do want to, like I said, finish the first 3 books before Valentine's Day, and I think I'm definitely going to do that at the rate that I'm going. I think this one, yeah, like I said, this one is significantly shorter, but it seems to be better, which is crazy because Unravel Me is like 50 pages longer than this one. This one's 408 when this one is 458. But I think that this is a big turning point in the series right now. The second book is just as good as the first one. It doesn't have like second book syndrome. Like, these books keep up the fast pace and I'm not bored once. I just want to learn more and more and more about the characters and about the world and about what they're up against, because it's very high stakes right now. So I'm having a great time. So yeah, really excited to keep on reading that. And then, so I don't know why I've never activated the Libby app. Like, I'm like literally the only person in the universe who like loves reading so much that hadn't activated the Libby app, because I couldn't find my first library card that I got a few months ago so I could actually utilize my library, because I go to my library all the time now to read. I just don't really utilize it to check out books. But it's like, if I can read them on my Kindle, it makes me like not as overwhelmed to read them. And also, like, I have like a certain limit on when I can read it by, but also like I can renew it and read it whenever I want to. But I was like, why the hell am I going to spend money on these 60-page novellas when I can just borrow it from the library? So I ended up I got a new library card today because I went to the library earlier today because I got my car back. So I was like, of course, the first place I went was the library. The first place I went was Target. Like, let's get real. And then I went to Chick-fil-A to get some food, and then I went to the library so I could read a little of Unravel Me. I cannot speak right now. And I was like, what? I was actually checking the catalog to see if they had any of the novellas available physically at the library, but they didn't have any of them. It said all the ebooks were available to borrow. So I was like, why don't I just finally get a new card so I can reactivate my card so I can finally use it on the Libby app. So I finally put my card number in and a password so I could start borrowing books. And it's literally so easy to download them to your Kindle. So I got Fracture Me, and I'm just going to read it right after, like I said, after Unravel Me, because like I said, this is like the other one that's like absolutely essential. I don't think there's a novella in between Ignite Me and Restore Me, so I don't have to read those a novella then, because again, I don't even think there's a 3.5. I don't think there is, because there's no novella listed after Ignite Me. It just goes right to Restore Me. And then there's um, a 4.5. So I might read 4.5. I'm not really sure, but from everything that I have Googled and everything that I've, looked at on Reddit, it says that the first two novellas are pretty important to the overall story and the overall story of the series. So, Shatter Me 3.5. Yeah, I don't think there is one. Yeah, I think it's read it in order. Yeah, I don't think there is, which is interesting. Yeah, because, well, this doesn't really give the, okay, it's right here. Yeah, it goes from Ignite Me to Restore Me, so there is no novella in between 3 and 4, so then I just can be done with the first 4 books in the series and not worry about reading a novella. And then the next one after that would be Shadow Me, and then Reveal Me and Believe Me. So there's probably because she made a novella after Imagine Me, and that's why there's no novella in between 3 and 4, because there's one that takes place after the events of the whole series. So, yeah, so that's about it. So I'm gonna go and I will check back in with you guys when I finish Unravel Me, and then I'm also gonna check in when I finish Fracture Me, just like when I finish the whole thing, because it's all from Adam's perspective. So I'm super excited to read that, and that will only take me like an hour and a half to read, probably, or probably less time. I was just really falling on my face reading that last night. Like it was it was insane. So I think I might do a part 1 and 2 of these vlogs. I mean, of this vlog, because y'all know I can never shut up. So I think I'm gonna end this part 1 after I finish Ignite Me. So that will be the first 3 books. And then we will continue the second half with books 4 through 6, which are Restore Me, Defy Me, and Imagine Me. So I think that would make sense. But yeah, I'm having a great time. I literally cannot wait to dive into the rest of the books. It's worth the hype, I feel like, this series, and I can't believe it took me this long to get to it. I knew I would get to it in 2025 though, and I wanted to get to it in the first half of the year, sooner rather than later, like way sooner rather than later, because I've been wanting to read this for so long. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey guys. So I just want to let you guys know that I did finish book 2 in Shatter Me, which is Unravel Me, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. Wouldn't say this one was 5 stars either. There were a couple things that annoyed me a little bit, but overall it's still very enjoyable. So I gave it a 4.25 out of 5 stars. Again, I thought this one was going to be 4.5. But a lot of things are building up in this book. Again, I don't think this book is any better or worse than the first book. I think it was still very good. So anyway, ow, that fucking hurt. Ow. Really have to be careful with this fucking nail. Jesus, sorry. So I was getting a little bit annoyed that Juliet kept on apologizing for things that basically the men in her life are kind of making her feel a little bad about, and it's kind of pissing me off because, she's a fucking badass, and I know that she's going to struggle with the type of power that she has, but I feel like even though in this future world, I guess, like, mental health is not really that big of a deal, because I really feel like, Juliet is still suffering a lot from mental issues, and they do touch on that quite a bit at the end of this book when she says, like, this is not spoiling anything because I figured that this is what she suffered from anyway. She says, I can't breathe because of all the anxiety that I've had. Like, basically she's saying she has anxiety and depression and she has unaliving thoughts, and that's been a theme throughout the first 2 books already. But also it discusses some pretty dark topics. There's a lot of mindless killing in these books, so I'm not like brutal, but just like, shooting somebody point blank. But then they end up being alive still. So again, I'm not spoiling anything. It's kind of like but it is like very thrilling and keeps you on the edge of your seat. I would say that. I feel like I'm getting more of a thrill reading these books than I did with reading some of the thrillers that I tried to read. But yeah, I'm eating up this series, and so far it's been great. But a lot of the rebellion is kind of building up in this book, and they're resisting the reestablishment, and yeah, it's been really good. The community of people are realizing that they're more powerful than they think, and shit's gonna go down in the 3rd book. I am so excited for the 3rd one because people say that it is the best in the series, so really excited for that one. But yeah, so far so good. I don't really want to say anything else because I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as possible. So like I said, the next book that I'm going to read is going to be the novella, the 2.5 novella. Let me just bring up the cover. And I'm going to read it on my Kindle, obviously, because I'm not paying for that shit. I borrowed it from the library, like I said, and it's called Shatter Me. And this one is from Adam's perspective, so I'm very curious to see how this one is. I'm very curious to learn more about Adam as well. These really don't take me too long. And if I want to borrow the rest of the novellas from the library, I don't really have a problem doing that. I just didn't think they were that essential to read them. Yeah, this is only going to take me an hour to read, so I should be able to bust this out tonight. I'm not going to read it till later, though, because I want to take a little break right now. Because I did read like 250 pages of Unravel Me today, but I'm eating this series up. I can't wait to continue, but I'm going to take a little break after Shatter Me from this series. I was going to help my mom walk the dogs, but I guess she's already walking them, I think. So, because I actually joined NetGalley to try and receive some ARCs that I see people on Goodreads receiving constantly, and I'm like, why don't I just finally join NetGalley to see if I'm going to be approved to receive ARCs? And I didn't just get approved for 1 ARC, I got approved for 2. 2 that I am highly anticipating for this year, and I'm literally so fucking excited to read them. I actually already started the first one last night, and I still got 200 pages into Unravel Me yesterday, so I've been reading quite a lot. So the first one is A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. I'm not going to bring it back to the cover because then I'll lose my spot where I am in the actual book. But I have it right here. And this one's A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. And this one doesn't come out until April 1st. So I'm very excited to read it. Like I said, I already started it. I'm like 55 pages in, and so far it's just like the first one, and I'm having a great time with it. The first one is The Tainted Cup, if you didn't know. I read the first one like literally the first week of January. So I read it like probably like a month ago at this point. So I'm very happy that I'm able to read the second one so close to reading the first one. And I'm so glad I decided to read The Tainted Cup in January because who knew that I was going to receive an early copy to read the second one? Like, that's so awesome. So, out of all the arcs that I could get approved for, I got the first one I got was a book that I read to be caught up to read the second one, which is awesome. And then the other one I'm so excited for because and basically you just like the way you sign up for NetGalley is if you write book reviews basically anywhere and you send like your link as to where you write reviews, you can request arcs on NetGalley of like books that you really want to read, and it's friggin' awesome. So the other one, I haven't started it yet. I'm probably gonna start this in 2 days because now I'm gonna read A Drop of Corruption literally tomorrow so I can finish it and review it because I'm so excited to be able to receive it early and review it early. And then I'm going to go right into this one, which is Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. And what is awesome about this one, too, is that I literally just read Ready or Not, like, maybe 3 weeks ago. And I gave that book 5 stars. So the fact that I literally got her second one that's coming out, I don't think these are the same. These are not the same two people, but Ready or Not was such a huge hit for Cara Bastone, and I freaking loved that book. See how it says uncorrected proof? So I'm literally so excited. I can't wait to read this either. I have a feeling it's going to be a banger because I absolutely love Cara Bastone's writing. I had such an amazing time with Ready or Not, so excited to read both of them. But yeah, I'm gonna try and continue with A Drop of Corruption tomorrow. The thing is that, like, I'm having a lot of issues trying to send the copies to my Kindle. I'm able to read them through the NetGalley app, and I'm also able to listen to them because it gives you an option where you can listen to them, like the AI voice, and you can adjust which voice that you like to listen to. So I actually started listening to A Drop of Corruption yesterday, but I also want to read it physically so I can actually like concentrate more, because sometimes when I listen to something it doesn't have my full attention sometimes, and I really want to pay attention, you know, just because I can get easily distracted by something else. So yeah, I really do want to give a good review. I mean, I already know I'm gonna enjoy this. So far I'm having a lot of fun with it, and again, I'm so excited to read Promise Me Sunshine. And then I have another new release to go into, which is Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. I didn't have to request the arc of this because I already got it in Book of the Month, and I'm gonna read this literally 2 days before it comes out. So I'm not going to be reading the Ali Hazelwood book that I planned to read for Valentine's Day, which was Love Theoretically. I'm going to be reading Promise Me Sunshine because I have to read the arcs that I got. That's like literally now top priority for me to read because it's such an amazing honor to receive them early and be able to review them early. Like, are you joking? Like, I literally can't wait. And then I will jump into Ignite Me after I finish Rebel Witch, which I planned to read Rebel Witch on Sunday into Monday. So I should be done with it literally the day before it comes out. And then probably the 18th to the 23rd or 24th, I'm going to read the rest of the Shatter Me series. I'm just going to go from Ignite Me all the way to Imagine Me. I'm just going to read the 4 regular books because from everything that I've seen, it doesn't matter if you go straight into them because the novellas that are in between those aren't as essential. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm probably going to say my thoughts about Ignite Me at the end of this as well. So yeah, and then I'm definitely doing a part 2 of this. And then part 2, like I said, will be books 4 through 6. So yeah, bye for now. Okay, so hey guys, so I just wanted to let you guys know that I did finish the second novella in the Shatter Me series, which is Fracture Me. I liked this one. I didn't like it as much as the first one though, but it was still solid, still another 4 stars. Rating novellas 4 stars when it's only 40 pages. Like, this one took me an hour. I think the other one took me like an hour and 20 minutes because that one was like 60-ish pages. This one was only like 43 pages, so it took me like no time. I finished it in like an hour. And it was good. I enjoyed it. It was from Adam's perspective during like a attack that happens in the second book. I'm not going to say like between who because I don't want to spoil it. But I feel like at this point, a lot of people have read this series, but I'm not going to spoil it because I know there's certain people that I watch on here that haven't read the series yet. So, especially Monica, I'm not going to spoil it for her because she hasn't read it yet. But she's read This Woven Kingdom, so... but I wanted to start with Tahereh Mafi's first series because... Like I said, this series has been on my TBR for months at this point. I will get to This Woven Kingdom, but I probably won't get to them until closer to the 4th book coming out, which is like September. I'm going to see maybe if I can get an arc of the 4th book, like, you know, later on this year. I'll still end up purchasing it, obviously, but I couldn't find an arc of Watch Me, though, which was interesting because I've been seeing people receiving arcs for Watch Me, and it's funny like how as soon as I start reading the Shatter Me series, then people are getting arcs for the new one. And like I said, that's why I wanted to read this series before it comes out, before Watch Me comes out, because I wanted to be caught up to be ready for that. So I don't know if I'm able to get an arc of that, but we'll see. But it's just so cool receiving arcs now. So yeah, it was good. You learned more about Warner though in Destroy Me than you did in this one about Adam, because like we kind of learned a lot more about Adam in the second book, and he was telling Juliet about like his parents and stuff. Sorry, I need to lean back. I don't know why I'm sitting up. Forgive me, but your girl is tired. Your girl is tired, okay? Even though I really didn't do much today, but I did go out with one of my friends, but it was only for like 2 hours because it started like snowing. So it started like snowing outside. Like it was like craziness. Like, oh my god. Like the weather's nuts. So I'm such an idiot. But anyway, I've been having a great time. But I think I'm gonna put the series on pause right now, even though all I want to do is jump into Ignite Me, but I'm going to continue reading the arc that I have of A Drop of Corruption because it's really exciting getting 2025 releases, because then you can check off 2 off your list so you don't have as many to have to read when they come out. So yeah, I will check back in with you guys when I start. I don't know why it takes me so long to adjust myself every time to like adjust to get comfortable when I get into bed. Okay, that's better. So yeah, that's about it. I don't really have much else to say. But that was like, it basically like these novellas take place of like one scene from the full length novel, but from a different character's perspective. So it's pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it. And like even though there was some repeat dialogue in this from the second book, but from Adam's perspective instead, I wonder if we get a novella from Kenji's perspective. Because I don't know, I'm enjoying these novellas a lot more than I thought, and I actually do think they're adding quite a lot to the story. So I don't know if I'm going to end up reading the other. I think there's 3 more. I think it's like Find Me, Believe Me. I don't know what the third one, what is it? The 4th one? I looked them up on Libby. There's Shatter Me, no. God almighty, Caitlin, it's not Shatter Me, you dumbass. Shadow Me comes after Restore Me. So like I said, I would read Ignite Me and Restore Me, so then I would only have 2 more full-length books left. And then I would read Reveal Me, right? No, not Reveal Me. There's Shadow Me and... No, there's only Shadow Me. I hate when they, like, put both of them together. Then it would be Shadow Me, then read Defy Me, and then Reveal Me, and then Imagine Me and Believe Me. So I would still have 2 other ones left. Oh, Kenji does get 1. I might have to read Kenji's because I love him. It says fan favorite character Kenji Kishimoto narrates his gripping companion novella. And then Reveal Me is also by Kenji. So Kenji was so loved, she gave him 2 novellas. Wow. And then Believe Me would be Juliet and Warner. Oh my god, I can't read this. I can't read this. Oh my god, I just read a spoiler for myself. I can't do that. Oh my god, why did I read that? Okay, we're not gonna... Wow. I mean, I had a feeling they were gonna be together anyway, but... Alright, let's not do that to myself. Alright? But we don't know how they end up together, okay? Okay? Because there's still a love triangle going on right now. We don't know who she ends up with yet. Hopefully I'll forget about it. But, damn it. Okay. I knew I shouldn't have read the synopsis for Believe Me. I just wanted to know who it was narrated by. Alright. Well, okay. Well, maybe we might not even read that one. We'll see. Okay, bye. Okay, so hey guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that I started book 3 in the Shatter Me series. So I started Ignite Me by Tahereh Mafi. I'm 58 pages of the way through because I wasn't sure if I was going to start this today, actually, because I was waiting to see if the people at NetGalley were going to get back to me about reading the arcs that I received on my Kindle, and I still haven't gotten a response since yesterday. So I really don't want to read them unless... I did listen to them some more. Last night I listened to a little bit more of A Drop of Corruption. I'm not saying like I don't want to read them at all. I'm saying like I don't want to read them physically until I'm able to get them on my Kindle, because that's really my preferred way to read, ebooks, is to read them on Kindle. So, I really don't like using my phone to read them, or, the NetGalley app. I'd rather have it on my Kindle. So, I really don't know why I haven't gotten a response yet. It's like 1:30 already. I don't know if I should send another one, or maybe she's just like busy with other, help requests today. So, it is the middle of the work week, so I'm not gonna like stress her out more. I did leave a response yesterday. I haven't gotten a response back. I thought I would have gotten a response like by this morning, but it's fine. So I decided to start the 3rd book of this because I'm still in the middle of this series and I'm having such a great time. I'm so glad I decided to start reading this finally. And I'm already, like I said, on page 58. I only read like 27 pages physically, and then I listened to about 30 pages doing my makeup because I thought I was seeing my boyfriend today, but I still haven't gotten an answer back from him. So I might just go to Target and literally return what I bought yesterday with my other friend. And that's only like the 3rd time I'm going to be at Target in the past like 3 days. But I also need to clean off my car because it snowed again last night. So anyway, so far this is really good. This picks up right. I love how these books just go right into what happened in the previous book. Like there's really no flashbacks or any pauses. It's just like a straight continuation of exactly what just occurred in the last book. So I really do enjoy that, because it's like binging your favorite TV show. Like, this is like what to see in the next episode, like, you know. It's like, what is in the next episode, you know? So like, that's what people don't understand, is that like, why is it always like compared to like, why is it always a negative like view at looking at somebody that reads so much? They're like, why do you read so much? It's like, why do you watch TV so much, you know? Why do you watch movies so much? Why do you watch the news so much? It's like the same thing. Like, why are you judging somebody who has as much of a escapist hobby as you do if you're watching something, or you're watching a movie, or you're watching a TV show and you're getting lost in that? So, like I said, it's like, what's going to happen next, you know? Like, you're always intrigued by the next thing that happens in the story. Like, that's how we are as humans. It's like, we have to find out things, or it makes us upset. Like, we want to have the answers to all of our unanswered questions. Like, especially in a long series like this, it's like, you want to tie together like things that haven't been resolved yet. So far, this leaves off with Juliet and Warner, and basically the great battle just happened in the last book. Like, they didn't really go too much in, she didn't really go too much in depth into that battle, but this is like the aftermath, and like, Juliet and Warner ended up, you know, somewhere else, and a bunch of shit happened with like her colony of people pretty much that she was with in the second book. And so far, I'm really, really enjoying the momentum of this one, and I feel like this one has grown with Tahereh Mafi's writing, and I think that this one is better written already. I still really enjoyed the first two, but I think this one is a step up, and I think that this one is going to take me on a wild ride on what happens next. So I'm so excited. This one's only 408 pages, so I'm hoping to get like, you know, at least 100 pages in by the time I get home. We'll see. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so yeah, I'm just gonna continue reading this. That's really all that's happened so far. There hasn't really been much else, because she hasn't been reunited with some of her other people yet. So she's like, I have to find them. I have to go looking for them, because she doesn't know where they are. That's not spoilery at all, because like a lot more other things occurred. Oh, and also you find out a lot more about Warner's mother, and the way that Anderson is with her and everything else, because he's a terrible, terrible man. He's a terrible man. Like, he is literally like the embodiment of evil, because he's so emotionally and physically abusive. I also think, you know, to Warner and also his wife and everything, and like, it's just, but you like grow with these characters, and you want to know more and more about like their past. It's like different than the way that Heartless Hunter, the Heartless Hunter author, what's her name, Kristen Ciccarelli, like portrayed Rune and what's his name, I can never remember his name, in Heartless Hunter, is that she kept on piling on the problems too much. And I always compare like every like fantasy, or just like, you know, like romantic kind of relationship, because this could be dystopian YA romantic fantasy, because there is a big subplot of romance in these books as well. So I would say YA dystopian romantasy, because I do feel like it is similar to that. But there are a lot of dark themes that Tahereh Mafi talks about. She talks a lot about anxiety and mental health, about unaliving, about, like I said, killing people left and right, showing no mercy. So, like, there's a lot of dark things that are covered. I'm really surprised that there aren't trigger warnings at the front of these books. I mean, these are really old. Like, this one, it's from 2014. I don't know, like, when my bookstore got this copy. I'm sure this is, like, an older copy. I wonder if, like, the newer published versions, like, at not Target. Target only has Target only has the first book. They don't have the rest of the series, but I'm saying like Barnes and Noble, if they like put trigger warnings in the front of like their, I'm just wondering if my mom cleaned off my car, but she definitely didn't. Put it in front of like these newer published versions, but I don't think they did. So, or I don't know, I've never really checked, but I'm just so happy I finally started this series. And like I said, I've been having such a great time. This really is helping me get through my Fourth Wing book hangover of like everything that went down in Onyx Storm. Like I said, I knew I was going to have plenty of series to occupy my time until book 4 comes out. So I was like, I might as well start with Shatter Me because I hadn't like really read a long series yet this year, and I usually like read a longer series like in the beginning of the year because, you know, wintertime I have a lot more time to read, and also like that's all I want to do is like cozy up with a book anyway. But so far, yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm still reading the arc that I received from NetGalley though. I haven't received any more, but honestly, I'm so excited to read the 2 that I have. I really want to start Promise Me Sunshine soon. I might read that sooner rather than later. I might start that. Well, I am going to start it after tomorrow because it's my Valentine's Day romance read. But I feel like it's going to be very deep. There might be some things that are upsetting, but it is what it is. Ready or Not already made me cry. I'm sure this book will make me cry too. So that's about it. I will update you guys when I'm further into Ignite Me, and then we will do a part 2. I might honestly read the other novellas too, because they take like an hour to read, and the next 2 novellas, like I said, they take place from our fan fave's perspective, which is Kenji. Everybody loves him, so I don't know if I might end up reading both of them because I only have to read one of them after Restore Me, and then I think another one after Defy Me. So then I would be 5 books in already. So it's not like it would take that much time. And then the one after the last book is Believe Me. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see. But honestly, it's been really fun like reading the novellas, because it's like such a fast, quick read that it like ends up counting towards your book count for Goodreads. So, and it's not just to make it count towards that. It's really adding a lot to the story. Like, it's not just reading a bunch of short story Amazon reads. This is like to get the full experience from the series. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey guys. So I realized that I did not make a halfway through check-in last night. I was just too tired, but it's not like I've been sleeping anyway. It's just I've been having terrible sleep problems lately. I don't know why, but I literally spent the entire day out of bed cleaning out my closet with my mom. And literally I was so tired by the time I got into bed and still didn't sleep. So yeah, I've just again been exhausted lately. So anyway, I'm more than halfway through this now. I'm on page 242. So I'm definitely going to finish it today. I only have like 150 something pages left. So I'm about to read some of this now, and then I'm also probably going to listen to the audiobook for a little while. I listened to probably I think I read almost 100 pages yesterday. I don't know how many pages physically yesterday. I think I read from 125 to like 190. So that was like 75 pages. And I think I still read 100 pages of this because I started off reading like maybe 27, 28 pages. And then like later in the day, I read another like 75 pages. And then I listened to about 100 pages as well. Or probably more than that. But anyway, this one is really good so far, but I feel like I want, like, you know, some action to happen at this point. I know that this is a lot of people's favorite book in the series. I'm probably going to change my mind in, like, the last 100 pages. I feel like But like with Unravel Me, like the build up did go somewhere. Like there was an attack. There was an attack at the end of the book. So and then it left off basically where this book is like basically questioning a lot of people's loyalties to each other and who's going to fight for who, and, or whether they can trust certain people. That's basically what's going on in this book. But I just feel like we're concentrating too much on Juliet, Adam, and Warner's love triangle. Like, I understand, like, she's still torn between, like, who loves her. But at this point, it's getting a little bit repetitive. And I feel like I just want, I want to see, like, them train more with their powers and stuff. And maybe like something shocking happens where like they can't control themselves. Like that was the fun part about Shatter Me in the first book, and I feel like we didn't really get that much in the second and the third. So, but I again do think this is building up to another battle, so I'm excited for that. Like at least like these books are worth the payoff. It's just like I feel like we take a little bit too long to get there sometimes, but they're so fast paced that I'm still like entertained and I'm still so intrigued. So, basically they're questioning whether or not they can trust Warner because Warner has always been, you know, under his dad's, his father's, wing of, because his father is completely and utterly evil. Like he is one of the worst, probably one of the worst villains in a book that I've read. Like she really did a good job of making him like an incredibly hated character, I'm sure, because he's a piece of shit. But anyway, so yeah, I'm still enjoying my time. I can't believe I'm almost done with the third book already. I knew as soon as I did finally start this series, I was gonna fly through it because the books are not that long. I have a feeling maybe Restore Me is gonna be one of my favorites because again, I'm feeling like the same way as I have about the first two with this one, and I thought that this one was going to be my favorite, but again, I'm going to have to see how the ending goes because like we're almost there. Like it's not like we have that much to go. So but I also didn't realize that she took like a 4-year break in between Ignite Me and Restore Me because probably I think most people thought, or maybe it was originally said when this came out that it was only supposed to be a trilogy because I think most people thought it was only going to be a trilogy. And then maybe she came out with Restore Me like 4 years later because it was such a popular series that maybe she wanted to make her fans happy. I'm going to have to look that up. Or maybe just the publishers, you know, wanted to extend the series. They probably asked her if you could make like 3 more books or write 3 more books. I mean, not make, obviously. So, yeah, again, I'm having a great time. So, I will check back in with you guys when I finish it. I also realized that I haven't made any reading clips actually reading these. So, I just keep on forgetting. I don't know why, but it's not really that important. You guys are still getting my check-ins and thoughts, so it's not like a huge deal if I don't make reading clips. So yeah, I will check back in with you guys when I finish it, and that should be the end of part 1. And then the second part, I'll jump right into Restore Me. I'm not going to be able to jump into Restore Me after this because, like I said, I have 2 arcs that I would like to read. And also, I really want to read Rebel Witch before it comes out. I have a copy of that. And I was literally going to read it, like, right before it came out. So, I am going to read this weekend. And then after I finish this, I was just going to jump right back into Shatter Me so I can finish the series. Because I really want to finish the series. And then I really wanted to possibly... I'm probably just going to end the month with Love Theoretically because I really do want to, you know, have like a bit of a palate cleanser after Shatter Me and just have like a quick romance. Because At this rate, I'm probably not going to finish Shatter Me until like the 25th or possibly the 26th. So that only gives me like 2 more days, which would be enough for me to read a romance. So I think I am going to end the month with a romance because I'm just kind of in the mood for that book. And also, again, then I can finally get that book off my list because I still haven't read it yet. So basically, if we only finished a month with Shatter Me and Rebel Witch, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, that'll be 10 physical books still because it's all of the Shatter Me series, which is 6 books, Heavenly Bodies and Big Borrowed Steel, which is 8 books, and then Love Theoretically and Rebel Witch would be 10 books. So, still read 10 physical books. And then I also read both of the short stories, well, the novellas on my Kindle. I might actually read the other 2 novellas. I might include my thoughts on those ones. Actually, there's 3 more. There's one after Restore Me, one after Defy Me, and one after Imagine Me. So I don't think they would really take too long. And honestly, I've been having a really good time with the novellas that I think I am going to end up reading them. So I was torn as to whether or not I wanted to read Love Theoretically or Ali Hazelwood's latest release, which is Deep End, because when I said in my TBR video that I wasn't going to read new releases this month, and then I'm ending up reading 3 because I'm going to be reading new releases all after this. I'm reading 3 that aren't even out yet, so I'm so excited to read them. I can't wait. Like I said, I already started A Drop for Corruption like 2 days ago, but I'm still waiting for the lady to get back to me from NetGalley to figure out how the fuck I'm supposed to put them on my Kindle because I've tried everything and I still haven't been able to get them on my Kindle. I don't want to use the app to read them, so yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I felt like there was something else I wanted to say. So yeah, I've just been using the NetGalley app and I've just been putting it on to listen to. I'll probably listen to more of A Drop of Corruption tonight. I might even start the audiobook of Restore Me after this, like probably tomorrow, because I don't want to really stop reading Shatter Me. I've been having way too much fun. So along with like the 10 million other series that I have to read. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys. I just wanted to let you guys know that I did finish the 3rd book in the Shatter Me series. Sorry about the lighting right now, but my room's a bit of a mess. So I wanted to at least film my reaction to finishing this and my thoughts. I finished this so quickly. Ignite Me by Tahereh Mafi is the 3rd book. And I finished it by like before 6 o'clock because I had only read like probably like 40 pages of this today, and then I was like up to page like 280-ish, and then I literally just listened to the rest of it because like I said, all the books are pretty much free on YouTube, and I listened to it while I was doing my makeup earlier to just like run some errands. And then when I got back home, I think I only had like an hour and a half left, and I just banged that out while I was cleaning my room. And so far, this is my favorite one. This was almost a 5-star. I think it's a 4.75. It was very close to being a 5-star. But I think, like I said, I think Restore Me is going to be my favorite because I actually already started the audiobook while I was cleaning still. And so far, I think it has a much more mature tone to it. But this was really good. There was a good build up to this. Juliet really came into her powers, and she had like a huge character arc in this where she's finally not taking any shit from anybody anymore, and she's really embracing not just her like, and I do like her as a character, but she kind of bothers me sometimes, like, but I do understand why she doesn't have the confidence that she should, because you know, she's dealt with a lot of mental issues because she was locked away in a cell for like at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So it's like really hard for her to trust people, but like she really comes into her own in this book. And finally, I'm like, oh my God, it's finally like the character arc we've been waiting for with Juliet, because it was getting a little bit annoying at this point. And like I said, I felt like the love triangle between her, Warner, and Adam. Oh my God, Adam's such a prick, by the way. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you so mean to Juliet? So, but overall, really enjoyed this one. Like I said, it's definitely my favorite one so far. So now we are officially halfway through the series, and I'm very, very happy that I was able to finish the first 3 books. It only took me like 5.5 days to finish these, so that's really like no time. They are so ridiculously fast paced. Like, trust me, if you're in a reading slump, I highly suggest starting this series because you'll just fly through them. Like, as soon as I start these, it's like, oh, I'm finished with it already. Like, they're just so fast. And since I've been listening to them along with reading them, I've just been flying through them. So let's just go through them really quickly and tell you guys what my favorites are. This one, okay, the first book, I think it was a really strong start to the series. I gave this one a 4.25. Same thing with the second one, Unravel Me. It was still really good. I feel like it was kind of on par with the first one, though. And I still gave it a 4.25. Still really, really good. And then, like I said, the last one, Ignite Me, was my favorite so far. It's a 4.75. Like I said, this is a lot of people's favorite one. So it has like a 4.46 on Goodreads, which is a really, really high rating. Why am I coughing so much? So yeah, I really enjoyed my time with these. And I'm like trying to breathe. And then, like I said, I did read the 2 novellas in this as well, which was Destroy Me, which was 1.5, which came between Shatter Me and Unravel Me. And then I also read Fracture Me, which came in between Unravel Me and Ignite Me, and they were both really, really good novellas. I think I liked Fracture Me. No, I liked Destroy Me more than Fracture Me, but they were still all really good. I gave them both 4 stars. So, yeah, really solid series, really having a great time. And we will start part 2 next week because I have I actually have 3 new releases that I want to read before they come out because I have, like I said, I finally was able to get the arcs that I received from NetGalley onto my Kindle. We finally fixed the problem. So I'm going to be reading both of the arcs on my Kindle now. I have to read those first. They're like such priority for me, even though I was dying to binge the rest of Shatter Me. This This arc came at the perfect time because it's a romance. And like I said, it's Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. So I'm literally going to start it right now because, like I said, I only read like 40 pages today. So I'm like dying to start this now. And like I said, it's a romance for Valentine's Day. And then right after that, I'm going to read Rebel Witch, which is a romantasy, which is, again, perfect for Valentine's Day weekend, which comes out the 18th. That one definitely comes out first out of the 3 2025 releases I'm reading before they come out. And then I'm going to finish A Drop of Corruption because I actually already started that one. I'm 20% of the way through that. So I should be able to finish that maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And then we're going to jump right back into Shatter Me and finish the rest of the series. And I'm super, super excited. I literally can't wait to jump back into it. Like I said, I should probably be reading it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably most likely the 20th to the 26th. I should be done with it by that point. And then, like I said, I should probably only have maybe 2 more days at the end of the month to read 1 more book. And that's it. I don't think I'm going to get to the TJ Klune duology, which I'm kind of upset about because I really wanted to read that. But I think the last 2 days of the month, I'm either going to read a new release or a romance that's been on my list for a while. I have 3 options that I could end the month with, and now I'm not sure because I just picked up a new release today at Target because Target was doing buy one get one half. So it was like $12 for the hardcover, and now I'm not sure if I want to end the month with that one or Allie Hazelwood's new release, which is Deep End, or her older release, which is Love Theoretically. Like I said, I was supposed to read Love Theoretically for Valentine's Day, but now since I got the ARC, I have to read this. Like, there's no way I'm not reading this book right now. So, yeah. But again, as long as we're reading, that's all that matters. And honestly, I'm really in the mood to read this book. So, just Cara Bastone just comes around at the perfect time for me to mood read her books. And I'm really hoping this is a 5-star because her writing's great. So anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at TBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. Also, check out my Goodreads. I need to leave it in the link below. I don't know why I keep on forgetting to leave my Goodreads in the description box. But check out my Goodreads. I will leave it in the description box finally. I'm going to go because I'm dying. So bye, and stay tuned for part 2, and please keep reading. Bye.